Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com. Credit reporting agency Experian is rolling out a new service called Experian Boost that will allow you to hopefully increase your credit score by adding payment information on utilities and telecommunications services. And we're going to talk about exactly what that means. But before we do, I would ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So Experian today announced that they're going to have this optional service called Experian Boost that will allow you to sort of report your utility and telecommunications payments in order to boost your credit score based on your Experian credit report. This will be available starting in early 2019. You can sign up now on their website in order to, I don't know, get in line or however that sort of works. But basically, you're going to sign up online for an Experian account, and you're going to give Experian permission to, through another company called Finicity, to sort of take a peek at your online banking account to see payments that you have made to utilities and telecommunication services. Now, they don't say exactly what telecommunication services mean, but I take that to mean phone services and perhaps internet services as well. The kind of recurring bills that don't get reported to credit reporting agencies for the most part. Now you can actually give them permission to take a look at an online bank account in particular, and if you have payments being made in there, then obviously that is something that can potentially increase your credit score. Now this is only Experian, so in terms of it increasing your credit score, you can increase your Experian credit score by the fact that you are putting more new information onto your Experian credit report. It has no impact on the other two major credit reporting agencies, TransUnion and Equifax, because you're not doing anything to those credit reports in order to raise your credit score. So it's only going to be your Experian credit score. If a credit card company or a loan company or whoever were to pull your credit and they weren't pulling from Experian, this wouldn't make any difference. If they are pulling from Experian, obviously it could make a difference. Now, Experian says that this could be especially helpful for people who have thin files and those who have scores between 580 and 669. They say 75% of those, in sort of a test of this, I guess, 75% of the people that had credit scores under 680 would see an increase if they add these new payments on there. So that is good, but then there are some stats that they offered that actually were a little less impressive. They said 10% of thin file people would become scoreable, which means that maybe 90% of thin file people would not become scoreable, and it kind of left that part out. They said 14% of people that 14% of people would go up to at least a 620 if they had below a 579 before, which is a nice jump. But again, that's only 14% of the people that they used in whatever sort of test they used. So a large percentage of people obviously did not get that much of a boost. But still, it's another way to put positive information onto your credit report and boost your credit score, at least with one of the credit scoring agencies, even though you would not hit the other. And the other good thing is that it is only positive information. So, if you're making your payments on time and you give them permission to take a peek at your bank accounts and they see that, your credit score will increase, but they're not going to go in there and make that, sort of the same as a credit card or other loan account where if there's, not a record of a payment being made, that would hurt you. So this is only to the positive side, and then you can also stop it at any time. So you're going to have the Experian account. You can go in and tell them, when they can look and when they can't look. So it's definitely you have the control. Now, in terms of my overall thoughts about this, if you pay attention to the credit scoring area, you probably already know that a little while back, FICO came out and said that they were going to start having a new product / service called Ultra FICO for people that sort of in the same group who may be thin files or lower credit scores, and would give them the opportunity to add checking and savings account information sort of in the same way where they would give access to it, access to those accounts, and then they could sort of peek at them in sort of a read-only way in order to see if there is more information that they can glean about people in order to, hopefully give them a positive, results on their applications. So again, this is only Experian, it's not universal, so that's sort of a downside here. But you know, on Experian's side at least, that's a upside for people that you know, that want to increase their scores any way they can. And obviously, there are plenty of credit cards and other loans that pull from Experian. So if you can increase that score, then, you know, you may get more credit, and that may allow you to increase your other credit scores by the fact that you have, you know, more accounts on your credit reports going forward. Now, this is another sign of sort of that desire, again, back to Ultra FICO, this desire to get more people into credit products who are a little lower down on the scale. I think in particular, it is a way to try to get people that don't have much of a credit history to get to a place where they can be offered more credit. You know, these companies know that there are people out there that would be good customers if they knew more about them. So any way they can get that, you know, through Ultra FICO, the checking and savings, through this from payments on your utilities or your, you know, your phone and your internet or whatever it's going to be there. By getting more information, there are more people that they can, you know, sort of, you know, ferret out here and figure out who they might be able to provide credit to, who maybe they're not providing credit to. If you have bad credit, it probably helps you as well because it's another source. You know, if you're making payments now, but you had some trouble in the past. But I think in particular, they're probably looking for the people that have the thinner files or don't, you know, don't have much of a credit history yet. The only sort of thing that worries me about this, and it's the same thing that I talked a little bit about Ultra FICO when Ultra FICO was, you know, sort of announced, is the fact that they are taking a look at your bank account in order to do this. And while it's read-only, you know, I don't think Experian is going to be going in and, you know, stealing your money or anything. But anytime you are connecting your bank account to something new, you are, you know, providing another conduit for there to be, you know, some sort of problem if there's any hacking or whatever that may go on where your information, you know, gets accessed by someone that it shouldn't be accessed by. So there's just another way, if you do it, that you are putting a piece of your information out there in the world that, you know, could be a little less secure than you were before you did it, right? So I guess the thing I would say is if you really are trying to build your credit score and you see this as a good opportunity to do that, what you might want to do is actually create a online banking account that is specific to this sort of thing. So you don't have a whole lot of money in there. You have enough to cover the bills, you know, that come in for these specific services, but maybe it's not your main bank account. Maybe you want to have a secondary bank account. So if there ever is an issue with it, you know that someone's only gaining access to a small portion of, you know, what you have in the bank, and you may have a, you know, another account that is your main account that is not being accessed in this way. So if you want to build your score and this sounds good to you, but you're worried a little bit about security, that would be one way that I would suggest that you might want to, you know, get around some of those concerns that you might have. Otherwise, looks like a positive step here. The opportunity to increase your credit score if you don't have much of one, or if it's not very good, obviously is going to be positive for a lot of people. And obviously the credit industry as well sees it as a positive because they can find more customers. So that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. As always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we talk credit issues and other personal finance stuff, all sorts of good things. Thanks for watching. Bye.